Hi everybody, I'm Alice K. Ruckelhaus from SufferingWell. And as we've been putting out tons of Heal Our World videos lately, I've had a couple of people ask if I'm still going to do the autism videos that I had been doing. To be honest, I hadn't planned to do as many as I have, but we're finding that it is really helping people in a lot of different ways, which I'll explain in a moment. It's not only been a help to other people, it's helped to me kind of think through stuff that's going on too. And I hope that it will help not only people who have autism, but also people who suffer in other ways to think through their own suffering or their own situation and figure out, first of all, it helps to figure out the problems with it, and then and even to share that with other people, and then to be able to figure out how can I glorify God with that. So I mentioned that I would tell really quickly about how it has been helping people, and that's been really exciting and surprising, to be honest, to me. So first of all, let's start with the broad picture. We're finding that it helps a lot of people who don't even have autism or don't even know somebody with autism, because first of all, it educates them about autism, which we think is very important, especially as we've heard a few suggestions that autistic people should either be, aborted as babies or euthanized. And I don't think that that's very likely to happen, at least not in the near future, but it is a little weird to hear that and a little scary. So educating people about who we are, what it's like to be autistic. Just recently we had a woman comment that she's glad she's autistic. Yes, and I feel the same way. There are thorns in the flesh with that, but we have superpowers, just like anybody. God gives us gifts that other people don't have. There are companies, at least in the US right now, who are specifically hiring autistic people, not out of charity, but because they know that they can do a job that no one else can do. So educating people on what it feels like to be autistic, what our struggles are, what our gifts are, how we deal with that kind of helps in that sense of educating people. Secondly, it really helps the autistic community if we each share where we're coming from and what our situation is, and our difficulties, our struggles, and the good parts of autism. And so I'm just one more voice out there in that respect. I have always felt for many, many years, and this is the reason that I'm writing my Isaiah Cadre series, which has 6 books so far, and I'm planning about 50. But it's because I believe that God's let me experience a lot of really bad things. And he's let me experience those things so that I can give a voice to people who have experienced those things, mainly women in my situation, but because we're talking about like rape and stuff. But to give a voice to them, and especially to women who aren't able to speak out for themselves for various reasons, either because it's dangerous for them to speak out, or because they just aren't able to articulate that, or because they're afraid to, for many reasons. So again, I kind of feel like my having autism is kind of the same thing. God's given me an ability to share. He's given me an ability to write. And so I'm able to give a voice to those who can't. Another way that it has helped people is, and I haven't done very much of this with the autism series yet, because I'm still on the part of like sharing about the problems and struggles. But one of the things that I'm hoping to do a lot is to share about how I'm able to allow God to use my suffering to glorify him. And I think I did share a little bit about that one time. I kind of shared about how these difficulties are a thorn in the flesh, but I really want to get into more detail about that. And that's where it really fits SufferingWell. It has also helped those who either know somebody with autism or who have someone in their family with autism. And we've gotten some really good response about that, as well as it kind of helps them to understand where that person is coming from, because we do think very differently. And one thing that I think is really important that I'm not sure I've gotten across, but this is our nature. It's not us choosing to act a certain way or to think a certain way. It's just how we are because of that. I don't want to say it's how God made us, because in some cases it is. I think I've been autistic since birth, but in other cases, it's because of various kinds of injury that people have become autistic, often as very young children. Um, and then it also helps those who who aren't sympathetic towards autism. I'm not sure if any of them actually even watch my videos, but there are people who just I'm not sure if they don't want to understand autistics or what, but they like to, put people down who aren't like them. And I think that this could really help them to come to understand us a little bit more. So to me, the main reason why I'm doing the autism series is because I want to show people how you can use whatever struggle you have. And I'm just using my example, my splinter on the cross, to explain that and to help people understand how I am able to use and ways that I have found to use my struggles and my suffering to glorify God and to help others. And then that can be applied to just about any struggle. So yes, the answer is, I've given this long answer. Now the short answer is yes, I will continue to do the autism videos. We also will continue to do Catholic content. We're not abandoning that because we're doing how for Protestants and Catholics. How is going to be one of our main thrusts, probably our very main thrust during 2025, unless God gives us a different direction. And that will be for Protestants and Catholics. But we are still creating Catholic content. I am still going to be sharing about my autism, and and we have other things planned as well, other kinds of teaching. So just to answer that, because yeah, you're seeing a lot of changes because you're seeing all this stuff about how right now, because that's going to start in a little bit more than a week. And we're really excited, and we've been pumped up about this for a few months. And so now you're getting, some of the thrust of that. We will have a lot of videos for how. So anyway, I hope that that has helped to answer your questions and assuage any fear that you have that, you're not going to hear more about the autism. I'm really grateful to those of you who have said that you have enjoyed those videos and that it's helped you. That really means a lot to me. All right, I love you all. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.